How do folks, David here again, and it's another one of those vlog style videos. Please excuse the background noise. I am sitting outside Auckland Airport. I've just finished a massive work trip. It's been all week. I am absolutely shattered and I'm just waiting for the boarding for my plane so that I can head back home. So as you'll know from the last vlog, the big plan was that I was going to be spending my evenings doing modelling and painting, and to be perfectly honest, I was that shattered. I got very little done. Most evenings I got in, had something to eat and basically collapsed. Watched a little bit of TV, blogged, that was about it. I did get some done last night, the last night before I had to leave. Let's have a quick look and see how that went. Well, there's the remnants of dinner. Now I need to clear all this away and get on with assembling and basting these. Yes, I fully appreciate that I have not got as much done as I hoped I would, because this is my last night in the hotel and I haven't even started. I'll see what I can get done. Alright, troops, snips, new super glue, emery board and work surface, which is tonight's takeout bag. Let's get these open. And my apologies, the lighting is probably going to be absolutely rubbish, and obviously I'm not using anything like my normal camera setup. So I am hoping that I'm getting this in shot. It's a bit difficult working at this angle. Alright, 10 bases, that's good. They're all packed into one little corner. Actually, I'll take them out of the box because that flippy lid is just going to annoy us, and just give them a quick once over. Mainly it's for things like the gun barrels. On the Warlord Games metal minis, you do get a little bit of miscast from time to time, just a wee bit of excess. Ooh, okay, I'll have to watch out for that one. That's quite badly bent. I'll have to be real gentle with that. You're good. And you're good. Alright, I'll start getting these cleaned up. Well, I've got them cleaned up and at least onto their bases. Obviously not basing material because I haven't got any with us. While I was busy watching a movie, and it doesn't seem a huge amount for, well, I guess an hour and a bit's work. But I was getting distracted. There was a large amount of explosions. So don't blame us. I'm not sure I'm going to get that much more done because I've got a really early start in the morning because traffic in this city is absolutely horrendous. That might be it for tonight. Now that isn't all that I tried to get done. I did actually open up the starter kit for Konflict 47 and was having a look at that. This is, I guess, a little bit of a first impressions because, to be perfectly honest, it's the first time realistically that I've actually taken everything out of the box and sort of had a good look at it. And as usual with Warlord Game stuff, I was very impressed. Very full box. I'll show you some pictures. These are going to be taken when I'm back home. Very full box, lovely starter set. Absolutely adore it. Playmat, some terrain, dice that you need, what looks to be a really clear, concise starter instruction book, nicely laid out, nice and glossy, high production values again from Warlord Games, and sprues that are absolutely crisp, brilliant and packed. But I do actually have one critique. Now, when it comes to starter sets, obviously the whole idea of a starter set is that it is a springboard into the hobby for anybody who, you know, wants to try it out. So you get a bit of everything. Like I say, the battle mat, absolutely brilliant. The terrain, great stuff. Two forces, marvellous. But the other thing that starter sets are brilliant for, and this is for old timers like myself, it is to quickly get the nucleus of a force and, you know, get off to a nice running start. Now, this is where I have my gripe, and it is when it's kind of catering to those more seasoned players. that are using this as a springboard to get into that particular game, rather than the entry point for a completely new player. When I have been looking through the book, the first thing that I was looking for, obviously, was instructions on how to put the miniatures together. Now, the way they have laid it out is very sensible in terms of not overwhelming a new starter. The way they have done it, there are introductory scenarios, and it tells you basically the instructions on what is needed just for that scenario, and you make up a couple of models, have a fight with those, move on to the next scenario, and in that scenario it gives you a few more instructions on how to do the next models, and you gradually grow your force. Obviously it is there so that newcomers are not overwhelmed in having to create and paint a whole force straight off the bat before they can do absolutely anything, and that is a brilliant idea. However, what is missing is the one pager with all of those assembly instructions on them for the old timers. That is what I was looking for, and because I was, you know, already tired, and I opened the book and found that I had to flick from page to page to page just to search out and look for the instructions for assembling the miniatures, and I was only going to be doing the American force, not the Germans as well, then unfortunately I just kind of gave up. If I'd had a one pager, I could have just snipped the pieces out, assembled them, put them together, got them cleaned up, all glued, all done. That would have been absolutely brilliant. I reckon that I could quite probably have done that last night as well. As it was, just that extra effort of turning pages and having to hunt through for stuff was just too much. So unfortunately, yes, I did not get any of the Konflict 47 stuff done and out of the way, which is a big shame, but unfortunately that is just the way it is. So there you go, Warlord Games, a little bit of feedback from an old timer. Give us a one pager, or even, you know, a QR code for a web page so that we can pull it up and just have the whole lot there in a wanna. If there was something like that, I apologise, but I certainly couldn't find it easily, therefore I'm going to claim it wasn't there. Anyway, that is my 2 cents on the actual starter set. I haven't as of yet had my first game with it, obviously. That is going to be with Kate, and I've still got to get the 2 British Commonwealth vehicles done for that. I'll see if I can get that sorted out this weekend. To be perfectly honest, this weekend could well be spent just recovering from the trip, because it has been a mean and nasty one. However, I will wrap it up there because I've got to get on a plane back home in not all that long. I will catch you guys in the next video. This one has hopefully been a nice little short one. Toodle pip for now.